Before we get into the show, I first want to say that I appreciate you guys and I welcome you guys back to ReAnimix Reviews. Now, I apologize for the wait, but I had to take some time off, man. You know, I had to recharge, rebuild. I also was forced to get a new car, so I had to get my sound set up similar to what I had so I can get decent listens when I'm giving these reviews, especially for the engineering category, of course. And while I have your attention, there's some developments I just want you to be on the lookout for. Number one, Season 3 for ReAnimix on our fan page and local syndication. Number 2, future album releases that showcase songs from our past reviews. And number 3, opportunities to get merchandise in the future. That's all coming, man, so stay tuned. And I know you're kind of wondering what number 1 is. If you don't know what ReAnimix is, I'll tell you. It's a perfect blend of anime and real indie music. We re-engineer anime to showcase your music. You understand what I'm saying? Your music. Remixing the anime, hence the name. ReAnimix. ReAnimix. That's where the name comes from. Like that, don't you? You know, it's just an interesting and different spin on music promotion through anime, basically. We also showcase indie music videos and grassroots efforts. Think of it as combining shows like Yo MTV Raps, Rap City, Toonami, and shows like those. So if you're still unclear what I mean after that long-winded explanation, check out our fan page at ReAnimix TV on Facebook and check out one of the episodes. That should give you a clear view of what we're trying to do with that. So make sure you check it out. And if you want to submit music to either ReAnimix or ReAnimix Reviews, just go to reanimixtv.info, click on either one of the sections, then click on Submit Music, and then follow the form. That's all you really need to do. And again, I just want to say I appreciate you guys watching, appreciate you guys and your patience. Let's get on with the show. For this episode, I'll be reviewing an album from a brother from Cali. We go way back. As I've seen this dude grow into the person he is today. flxtch doubles as a producer and an MC. He's been producing for 8 years, debuting back in 2009, and he has been MCing for 6 years. The album Jumper Cables is the kickoff of his Tape for Sale series, which seems to adopt the whole VHS lo-fi vibe that I'm starting to see a market for. So let's check it out. Thanks for watching ReAnimix Reviews, where we give an unbiased approach to reviewing indie music. Jumper Cables is today's review. Before we get into it, you already know Remo, replayability, engineering, musicality, and overall enjoyment. With a 10 out of 10 rated scale for each, we then take the average of those 4 scores for the overall score. Alright, so without further ado, let's go ahead and get into the replayability category. Replayability. I think this has a lot of replayability for the right person. It's very laid back where you can just sit there and vibe. You definitely have to be in the right mood to enjoy it though. If you smoke weed, whereas I don't anymore, this would be perfect for one of those sessions. This is perfect, but not restricted, for the 16 to 29 age range. You can definitely hear inspirations from Japanese culture in this, which is dope. But even if it's smooth, there's still some head nodders in there in spite of, so don't get it twisted. I know we want to be turned up all the damn time, but you'll be disappointed if you're expecting that from here. But thankfully, I love chill music, so 10 out of 10 in my book.
I'm loving this one. Loving this one.
Engineering. Given this is a lo-fi joint, I think the overall engineering wasn't bad on this.
Not bad for a lo-fi engineer.
I think there was some creative engineering in this that maybe the artist was trying to attempt, as it seems like there is a shaving of high frequencies on the overall project.
I wish I could hear everything. I don't know if it was your intent to not really.
There's definitely a lot more mids, which were a little loud at times, mid-lows and lows on this. So it doesn't necessarily have that clear top end that helps to sit in your face, almost muffled.
I think what a lot of people might give or might feel when they listen to this is, I know he's going for a VHS lo-fi flavor, but at the same time, it kind of gives off a dull feeling somewhat as far as engineering-wise. Like it feels like it's been shaved down to almost a nub.
I don't know if that's what Fletch intended or not, but that's what I heard. There were also moments where I couldn't necessarily hear the vocals fully, but maybe he was going for a more subliminal approach. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8 out of 10, engineering.
I can't tell if it's on key or not. I can't hear it. I can't hear the vocals. I guess I don't know why he wants to be subliminal. But I like the beat though.
Musicality. I actually dug the combinations of vocals and samples. There were some bumps that didn't necessarily have that much movement. But then there were tracks that had quite a bit of movement. The drum patterns were mad dope on like all the tracks though. Very experimental, but move you at the same time. The chosen samples give you some good melodies as well, which is always a plus in my book. I'm gonna go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. Overall enjoy. Like I said, man, I think this is very enjoyable as long as you don't have any preconceived notions going into this joint. Like I did the creativity and the melodies a whole lot. You have to go into this wanting to chill or play spades or something like that. Like this is perfect spades playing music for sure. So yeah, man, it's perfect for the right environment and mindset, man. So I'm gonna go ahead and give this a 10 out of 10 because I personally dig it.
I think the vibe of each song is like long and slow, like you cooking a pot roast. sometimes the arrangements can be a little long-winded, but the arrangements, I mean, they're dope. It's just, yeah, this is something you gotta look out for, you know. It's like, man, I know that don't sound like it's in my face. It's not meant to.
Special acknowledgements.
All right, guys, you know what it is. Special acknowledgements. Let's go. Drunk Dude's Keys, Jumping Cables, She Say Nah, There's No Leaving Ma. These are some weird names. Kush Coma is actually my favorite on here. Playing the Game, Leave or Stay, Smoke With You. Again, these are some weird names. Alright, so there you have it, 9.1 out of 10. Like I said, you have to give this a chance if you're used to a certain sound, because I really have a feeling this is going to turn into a big underground sound. Real talk, I just have this feeling. But you know that dude Kevin? Y'all remember that dude Kevin? He had some stuff to say way back when. So Kevin?
Initial thoughts, I think it sounds dope, don't get me wrong. This doesn't mean that I didn't like it, but one thing, especially cats in my generation, you kind of got to be in the vibe to appreciate it for what it is. You know, he's going for the VHS lo-fi approach for it, so like everything's not gonna always pop out the way you're probably envisioning it. Like there's no huge drop that you like if you're waiting for a drop or anything like that, you're waiting for it to be in your face, you'll be waiting a long time. But that doesn't mean that it's not a good project. It's just you have to come in it from a different mindset when listening to it, because you know they're going for this approach. Although I do think that if you're going to go down this road, especially lo-fi and VHS, you can still have that compressed sound, yet also have some stuff kind of pop out at you. Because, I mean, I'll say that a lot of the songs, it actually wasn't all of them, because some of the songs were actually in your face. The melodies and all that were great, and some of the songs kind of, like I said earlier, felt like you were watching a video on pot roast cook for 2-3 hours. I don't even want to say elevator music, because it's not really elevator music. That'd be doing it an injustice. But it is kind of like waiting hold music, kind of, because it's just that, you know. It's an arrangement that basically repeats for the most part. You know, it's not a 4-bar arrangement, nothing like that. You know, it's a long enough arrangement to be something, but still at the same time, there wasn't that much movement in the tracks to make it sound like, okay, this is a complete song. It was more so like a bump, a VHS bump tape. Some of the songs, it sound like I said earlier, you chiseled down sound to a nub. It sounded a little dull. And again, I get why, because you were trying to achieve the VHS sound. Although VHS isn't that dull. It was still in your face. You still had to achieve a certain hertz range. VHS doesn't necessarily mean a dull or compressed sound. And I dig the flanger, the flang and all that was done on the tracks and all that stuff. So I dig that, and I should have went the other way. And it is a genre of hip hop, but it's not going to be the typical in your face, oh man, boombastic type hip hop. It's definitely not that. It's more smooth. That's my take on it.
If you haven't listened to this album yet, you really need to check it out, I feel. You can go to Bandcamp to hear it. Links in the description right here. So I want to know, have you heard this project before? What were your thoughts? Please give a comment about your thoughts. Like this video, share this video, and even subscribe if you dig what we're doing. What do you think though? Is this album worth trying out or not? Did you like the tracks you heard on this video? Yeah, man, let us know, man. I mean, it really helps keep the channel going, and we really care about what you think. We really do. So let us know. Well, I'm about to take off to prep for this next listen and review. Next up will be C. Shreve the Professor's 2016s. So, hey guys, I appreciate your time as always. Thanks for watching ReAnimix Reviews. Tune in next time. Peace.
Yeah, I'm digging this so far.
Like somebody tied that shoestrings to the top of your tight ass dreads. Fuck no, boy. Your eyes tired as shit, nigga.
Who is talking?
You been staring at gay men all day, nigga. You tired, you need a rest. Take a break, your gay ass, boy.
Okay.
Check out last week's episode, or if you want, you can check out ReAnimix TV, which is a locally syndicated TV show where you can get anime, grassroots music, interviews, videos, and the whole nine. So check it out. And please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to get more updates on our developments. Peace.